everyone, you're welcome back. I'm Angie Styles. So today I'll be sharing with you the next formula on the list, which is brightening face cream. You know, when you cleanse, you mask, you tone, you apply your serum, then you seal it up with a face cream or face moisturizer. We're giving you out a formula that you can make that will help with your hyperpigmentation. Okay, remember, when you want to treat hyperpigmentation, you have to place yourself on a complete face care or skincare routine. Okay, you have to be doing this always so that it will help get rid of your hyperpigmentation. I have been there and speaking from experience. So when I say it, trust me, it works, but you have to be dedicated, okay? Nothing works overnight. Remember, patience is the key, okay? Everything in this life, patience is the key to success, and consistency is most likely is the best medicine to achieve anything you want to do. Anything at all in this life, you have to be consistent. If you are not consistent in whatever you are doing, do not say it did not work. Whether you are doing business, whether you are taking care of your skin, whether you are trying to lose weight, whether you are anything at all you want to achieve in this life, if you want to achieve any success, you have to be consistent with whatever you are doing. You don't just do something and expect results overnight and then you give up. Do not give up. Remember, don't give up. You have to be consistent and then you will achieve results. All right, guys, let me not waste your time. So get your formulation book, your pencil and pen or whatever you want to use, and then let's get started. All right, so I'm back. So I went to get my formulation book. So what we'll be making, the formula I'll be giving out today is Extreme Brightening Face Cream. It's called Extreme Brightening Face Cream. It's called Extreme Brightening Face Cream because of the way it works. Because this particular formula contains so many active powerful active ingredients that really penetrate the skin and works. That is if you formulate it very well. And the pH is going to be 5. You keep the pH of this 5, around 5, okay? So that the ingredients can work, because we measure our pH. We look at the ingredients involved in a formula to set up our pH, okay? So let's start. So before we start, I want you to know that this particular formula is good for all skin type. All right, it's good for all skin type, so anybody can use it. All you need is just make sure you formulate it well. Like I always say, every formula I am giving out here benefit people that already know how to formulate. Okay, so all you need to do is just make sure you make the products and measure your pH to be the correct pH. So let's start with phase A. For the phase A ingredients, the phase A was divided into 2. Okay, so we have phase AA and phase AB. That's how I divided it. Okay, so the phase AA will be distilled water. We'll be needing distilled water. The function on this formula is a solvent, and we'll be needing 15% distilled water. Next is neroli hydrosol. Neroli hydrosol, also known as orange blossom water. So we'll be needing, it's a solvent also. We'll be needing 40% of it. Then next ingredient will be licorice extract. Okay, licorice extract. The function is active botanical ingredient, also a brightening ingredient, and we'll be needing 5% of it. Then next is pine bark extract. Pine bark extract. Okay, the function is active. It's an active botanical ingredient and also a brightening ingredient. Okay, so we'll be needing 5% also. The next ingredient is silk peptic powder. Silk peptic powder. The function is a conditioning ingredient. Okay, so we'll be needing 1% of silk peptic powder. Next is alpha arbutin powder, and the function here is a brightening active ingredient, and we'll be needing 2% of alpha arbutin powder. Next ingredient is ethyl ascorbic acid powder. The function here is a brightening active ingredient, and we'll be needing 3% of ethyl ascorbic acid powder. It's a family of vitamin C, but the stable type of it. Then next is giga white powder, and giga white powder is also a brightening active ingredient, and we will be needing 2% of it. Okay, so there you have it. That's the ingredients we'll be needing in the phase AA part. Now moving on to phase AB, we'll be needing propylene glycol. Propylene glycol is a humectant, and we'll be needing 3% of it. It's a humectant and a solvent in this formula. We need 3% of propylene glycol. Next is lemon glycerate. Lemon glycerate is also a humectant, and we will be needing 2%. Also a humectant and a solvent. I will be needing 2% of lemon glycerate. I have a video on how you can make your own lemon glycerate on this video, on this channel, sorry. So search for it in this channel, how to make lemon glycerate, and you will see it. Wash it and make yours. If you can't make yours, you can always buy the ready-made. Then next is xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a stabilizer. That's the function in this formula. I am telling you the function in this formula. It's a stabilizer. Okay, it's going to help the formula to stabilize, so that you don't maybe separate or destabilize. So the percentage is just 0.2%. We just need a 0.2% of xanthan gum powder. You can use any type of xanthan gum powder, soft. If you have the soft, fine. So and that will be it for the phase AB ingredients we're going to be using for this formula. I hope you understand. If you don't understand anything, always ask your question in the comment box and I will answer you. Then moving on to phase B, which is the oil phase. The phase A we measure is the water phase. Then moving on to the phase B is the oil phase. So what we'll be needing here, this formula calls for emulsifying wax NF. Remember, you can always use any other type of emulsifying wax you have. Okay, just make sure to check with the manufacturer's usage rates and pH and all that follows it. Okay, so if you are changing any ingredients, always look out for the manufacturer's usage rate, pH, and everything that comes with that particular ingredient you are going to be substituting. But for this formula, we are using emulsifying wax NF. The function is just a emulsifier to help emulsify the formula, because we are making a moisturizer, a cream. And we'll be using 5% of emulsifying wax NF. The next ingredient is cetyl alcohol. Cetyl alcohol, the function here is a thickener. Yes, it acts as a thickener in this formula, and we'll be needing 3% of cetyl alcohol. Next ingredient will be rice bran oil. Rice bran oil is an emollient. Okay, that's the function here, emollient, and we'll be needing 10% of rice bran oil. Next ingredient will be kojic acid dipermitted powder. Kojic acid dipermitted powder, and we be need the function is a brightening active ingredient. Okay, it's an active brightening ingredient. I believe most of you know about it, and we just need 2% of kojic acid dipermitted in the oil phase. Okay, so that will be it for the phase B. So moving on to the phase C, which is our cool down phase. Phase C is the cool down phase. So we'll be needing tetrasodium glutamate diacetate. It's a chelator. The function here is a chelator, acting as a chelator in our formula, and we'll be needing 0.3%. 0.3%. Okay, not 3%, but 0.3%. You can remember, you can use any chelator that you have. Okay, any other chelator you have, you can use it, but look out for the manufacturer's usage rate. Very important. Then next is liquid Germa Plus. Liquid Germa Plus is acting as a preservative in this formula, and we'll be needing 0.5% of liquid Germa Plus. Remember, you can always use any other preservative you have, but follow the manufacturer's usage rate. It's important. I can't say this enough, because some people will see, because you use this particular percentage here, they want to use it for every other thing. No, it doesn't work that way. Follow your manufacturer's usage rate. Those are the reasons why your product don't work or your formula doesn't come out well. The next ingredient will be vitamin E oil. Vitamin E oil is an antioxidant, and we will be needing 0.5% of it also. Then next is fragrance oil. You can use any fragrance of your choice. You can even use only essential oil of your choice, and just to add fragrance to the cream, to the formula we are making. And the percentage you need is just 0.5% of it. Okay, so that will be it. Those are all the ingredients we need to make this extreme brightening face cream. Okay, and remember, the pH should be around 5. Measure your pH and make sure it's around 5, because we are working with active ingredients here, and we measure our pH based on the active ingredients we are using, so that it can work, so that your product can work. So moving to how to make this product. If you already know how to formulate, formulate a cream, you will understand more. You don't even need me to explain, but let me explain further for those that don't know how to formulate at all. So for you to formulate this, get your beakers. You will need about 4 different kinds of beaker. In the first beaker, which is the one to measure the phase AA, you measure all the phase AA ingredients I measured here. I mentioned here. Okay, measure your distilled water, neroli hydrosol, the licorice extract, pine bark extract, peptic powder, alpha-arbutin powder, 80 ascorbic powder, and giga-white powder. Measure all the powders and add it to that, to the hydrosol and the distilled water. These are for the first beaker, and mix everything properly. The powders are not going to dissolve just like that, no. Then you get another beaker and measure your propylene glycol, lemon glycerate, and xanthan gum. Measure it in a different beaker. Stir the xanthan gum and the lemon glycerate and propylene glycerate. Stir it together until everything becomes smooth. Okay, so when it becomes smooth, pour it into the phase AA, which is the beaker containing the distilled water and the hydrosol and the other ingredients. Pour it in it and stir it. Stir it properly. Okay, then you set it aside. Now you move on, get another beaker and measure out your oil phase. Okay, the oil phase includes the emulsifying wax, the cetyl alcohol, the rice bran oil, and the kojic acid, the permitted powder. Measure it in a different beaker, and then set up your bain-marie or your double boiler water. Set everything, cover it, measure your water phase. Remember to measure your water phase. After measuring it, measure it on the scale and write out the scale amount, because when you put it on double boiling, some water are going to evaporate out, so you can make up for it after. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm saying here. So measure it on the scale after, then write it down, and then set your water phase and the oil phase on a double boiler until the oils until the wax are well melted. Okay, as you set it, keep stirring it so that the powder in the oil can melt, and the powder in the oil phase also can dissolve. Okay, so make sure that the waters are around. It don't have to be exactly the same, but if it's the same, Fahrenheit is good. Just make sure they are about 170 or 175 Fahrenheit. Okay, it depends, but heat it up to 170 to 175. One can be 170, the other one can be 175. It doesn't matter. Okay, but make sure that they are around the same temperature. All right, so when the waxes have melted completely and your ingredients in the water dissolve, they are around the same temperature, you take it, which is 170 to 175. Then you take it off the heat. Okay, take it off the heat, and then measure again the water phase. Remeasure it and shake if there is, if any water evaporates out of it. If any water evaporates out of it, then you replace it. Okay, I love to have, there's a bottle I have that is easy for me to just press it in, and any water that escape, you make up for it. The water that escape don't always go above 10%, but it depends. So I don't know how you boil your own. Yeah, so you place the water. Once they are balanced, what you will do, the water phase, pour the water phase into the oil beaker, oil phase. Okay, pour the water phase into the oil phase, and then stir it, and then use your shear. If you are using stick blender, use your stick blender, and then start with a pulse, and then blend it on a high shear. Blend it on a high shear so that your formula can everything can dissolve, so that your formula can be stable. I don't know how to explain what I want to say. Yeah, so blend it. You can blend it for the first, like me, I like to go in for the first 3 minutes straight up. So I blend it for the first 3 minutes, so that after that you can shake on it. It will still be hot. Then the blending it, you shake, you stir it, and then you go in again. You blend your emulsion until it's emulsified. Okay, until it's thickened. Okay, once everything is thickened, then you shake the temperature. Allow the temperature to drop to less than 100. That's for me. I like the temperature to drop to less than 100 before going in with the cool down phase. Okay, so because our preservative and is kind of sensitive, so allow it to go down below 100, or 100 is good. Then you add the phase C, which is the cool down phase, that contains the liquid Jama Plus, the chelator, the vitamin E, and your fragrance or essential oil. Okay, add it to it, then mix it. Just use your spatula to mix it properly. Once everything is mixed, use the way I do it. I cover it and then set it aside. Okay, cover it and set it aside for some, seal it up. Like I love going it with a plastic wrap to seal it up, so that nothing evaporates, and then you leave it to cool down. When it cools down, allow your formula to cool down completely before you start pouring it out into your preferred container. The preferred container for this face cream should be a jar. Okay, should be a jar or an LS bottle there's that kind of LS bottle. I don't have anyone here. I would have showed you that you can also use that is good for this face cream, or you can just add it into a jar. And please, when using it, do not stick your finger into your cream. Do not stick your finger into the jar of your cream. Get a little spatula. There's some little spatula they sell out there in Amazon. Get it and use it to scoop each time you want to use, so that you don't introduce bacteria into your cream, especially something that is going into your face. Okay, so how to use this: after cleansing, masking on your masking day, you tone, apply your serum, and then you seal it up with this cream. That is how to use it. A little goes a long way. Just take a little in your finger and just place it, and then moisturize it. Okay, just rub through your face and allow everything to go in. Use it twice a day. Use in the morning and also use it in the evening. Okay, make sure you use on a clean skin. Clean your skin in the morning and also clean your skin in the evening when you are back, especially for those of you that do apply foundation and other concealer and all those things. I don't know how to use makeup. I don't use any. The time is gone when I used to put makeup on. I don't put makeup anymore. The only makeup I put is my lip gloss and my eye pencil. See that black eye pencil? And then my lip. That is it. I don't apply foundation. I don't apply concealer. I don't put any powder on. It's not for me. So I let my skin to breathe after suffering, going through all that hyperpigmentation and all that. And I'm very, very sensitive. My face skin is very, very sensitive. So if I put any powder or put all those things, I will break out like crazy. So I'm prone to break out. Try to avoid all that. So if you are the kind of people that always apply makeup and you are suffering from hyperpigmentation, I will advise you that you should allow your skin to breathe. Like, let your makeup not be always all the time. I know some people that can't even go to drop off their kids at school in the morning without applying foundation or putting up all those strong makeups on. So please avoid makeup sometimes, and if you must cover your skin with those, when you come back immediately, make sure you wash off, you clean your skin, double cleanse your skin very, very well before applying your treatment, the serum and this moisturizer, so that it can work. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy today's formula giving out. If you don't understand anything I have said here, please leave the comments, ask your question in the comment box, or you can email me to ask your question. Okay, so, and what again? I don't know if I'm missing anything. Please ask. Please ask your question. Okay, I will be there to reply you, and we'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye for now.